And it's my hand through his fingers, singing the song with his words, killing me softly with this song, killing it softly, 'cause Debo is on the team. You, yeah. What's going on, people? What is going on? Welcome to Monday nights, as you already know. It's Cooler Talk Monday with your boy Six Man K Styles, aka the nigga with the glasses. And to my stage left,
Don't want to be Randy Orton. How about that?
no. I was gonna say, in my stage left, we got the enemy of the state. We got the mad scientist, Mad Mike Sports. And you already know, hey Mike, we got 7 reasons on why we got a good show tonight. You know what those 7 reasons are?
Oh yeah.
Not just because of that, but Mike, you didn't hit a 7,000 plateau, didn't you?
Oh, shit! I forgot about that. Damn. Yeah, I did.
Yeah. You hit about 7.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Oh yeah.
Hey man, you're almost to the 10. You're almost to the 10.
I wanna announce something too. So what I want everybody to keep in mind is I want to do something special when we hit that 10K mark. I might just give away $100. Get me the 10K. Y'all help me get the 10K. There's gonna be one person, one lucky person that can get $100 from me personally. I promise you that. So the faster you guys share this content, I'll tell people about it. I promise you, I'll cash up you a dub.
But and also, man, hey, congratulations, man. Hey, I'm trying to get up there too now. So
it's coming, man.
We getting there. We getting there. But but we can't start a show without hitting them with them three special words that we always start the show.
Oh yeah.
And it will be the
real
And today's roll call is going to be featuring Joseph Thornton. We got YMO F. Jamal, D. Coleman, Saint 16, Atlanta Forever, D. Coleman. We got Nathan Floyd, Rodney H., Millie Mills. We got Devontae in the building. We got the other Michael Walker. Not that Michael Walker, the other Michael Walker. Yeah. We got ATL Leo. We have Brian Peoples. Hey, we got Noah in the building. Hey. I'm about to say, Noah putting it in here, man. If you go to his channel, he actually put his first video, NFL Street 2 video out. Man, got me jealous because that's the game I was playing. Hey, man, that's a damn good game, though. But like I said, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Noah and let him know that you want more gaming action with this year's draft class, as you already know it. We got CK22. We got Brian Peoples, Eldred Nelson, Andrew G, Tev Sports and Gaming, Ricky Havoc, Old Chicken Hauler, Jerry Bowie. We got 1/3 of the heavy hitters, Jew Talk Sports in the building, as well as he's almost at the 2K spot himself. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and get his ass up there as well. Hey, Mike, I just thought about it. If you're at 7K, Jew is almost at 2K, and I'm almost at 1K. That would equal up to the 10K that you're trying to get, right?
Yeah.
Lord. Oh man, but hey man, we got a couple names in. We got a couple names in here I haven't seen in a while, but let's go ahead and get this thing cracking, Mike. How you want to go ahead and start this night, this show off today? Are we gonna get straight into it? Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
Yeah, let's get straight to it.
If y'all don't know what tonight's topic is, we're calling this the Miseducation of Deion Jones episode. The reason why we're calling it is down there at the ticker too. And where does the defense go with Dean P? Now, why are we coming up with this topic? Because once again, there's a lot of buzz going around in these streets that Deion Jones sucks. Now, what are we basing this on?
Mm-hmm.
Are we more so basing it on decline in numbers? Are we basing it on personal preference?
Mm-hmm.
Or are we basing this based on scapegoatism? I know that that's not a real word, but we're gonna make that a real word tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna make it tonight.
Scapegoatism. They look like that is not a word. I'm like, yeah, I know. So go ahead, Mike. Let you kick us off with the discussion, man. Where we going with this?
This is more of these are the types of shows you're gonna see from us. So get used to it. I know a lot of people. It's like, oh, we don't want to rehash the past, and oh, it's negative. And look, at the end of the day, these are conversations that need to be had. Why? Because we have a lot of uninformed, just fans who don't understand the truth of things. They don't want to understand the truth. They're too lazy to look up these numbers and facts. And if you're going to believe in a coach, if you're going to believe in defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, the head coach, I mean, wouldn't you want to know what the hell he's about? You want to know his history, his track record. Like, what's the point of being a Falcons fan if you're just following people blindly? I think a lot of African American people can deal with that type of stuff. I mean, I wouldn't even say that. We've had a lot of people throughout the years, people like Charles Manson, and they end up following people just because, oh, I like his personality. Oh, I like the way they look. You just like the way they walk, they talk, they swag. It's like different people have different swag. So you end up following people blindly. Well, this is not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to create no Matt Ryan. Okay. I'm gonna say that Matt Ryan crazes up here that people just blindly follow Matt Ryan or blindly follow Deion Jones or blindly follow AJ Terrell or blindly follow the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Blank, as well as Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith. That's not what we're trying to do. And this is why we have shows like this, the Miseducation of Deion Jones, because we got some people out here spreading just untruths. And if you want to, say what it is, call it what it is, they're spreading just lies. They're outright lies when it comes down to Deion Jones and the scheme of Dean Pease, which is one of the things that really irritates me about and not even just fans. These content creators are putting this stuff out. These people are supposed to be Falcons fans. These are the people that are on these social media sites and they have well over 5,000 followers. And they're putting out stuff like, oh, Deion Jones, he's regressing. Well, the numbers don't say that. In fact, K-Styles, Did I upload it? I'm not sure if I
I
uploaded.
don't know.
Let me see if I did. All right, so this is what I found. All right, so you have it here. These are the tackles for losses, and quarterback hits. So and goes from the top 108 tackles in 2016, 17, 138, um, 53 in 2018. We know that he got hurt in 2018, 19, 110, to 2020, 106, and then you have 137 in this past season. All right. Those are just tackles. The tackle for losses 4, 10, 1, 8, 9, 8, and then the quarterback hits 2, 0, 0, 4, 10, 4. So basically, what these numbers mean, all right. So if you got, and this is my personal, well, I wouldn't even say my personal idea. When I went back and I looked at these numbers, if you guys have not seen the video already, I went back and looked at these numbers. One thing that really stood out to me is that around 2019, you started to see the numbers really inflate as far as his tackle for losses, the quarterback hits, the sack numbers. And for me, like, not only to go with that, we saw a trend. In case we had a conversation about this earlier. We saw that in 2018-19, those were when we started to lose guys like Dontari Poe, Courtney Upshaw, um, Adrian Claiborne. Of course, we kind of lost the great Dwight Freeney. But one thing that jumped out to us is that depth. And I think all of us Falcons fans know for a fact that the depth changed. And it wasn't exactly what you guys might think it is. The depth changed, but it changed in a particular way. Okay, Star, you want to kind of, you know where I'm going with this? You want to tell the people where the depth changed for Atlanta Falcons fans?
Well, let's see. At the height of Debo's popularity, let's look at the height of his popularity,
Mm-hmm.
which was 2000. I would say 2019,
19,
because they kind
yeah.
of get they kind of gave him slack because of the year before that he missed like 10, 12 games or something like that, 10 or 12 games. So we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say about 2019. If you remember the first few years where he was beloved and everybody loved Debo, everybody was chanting Debo. There's a thing called having a wall in front of you, and it's about having
Mm-hmm.
interchangeable pieces in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you remember when he came in, you had Dwight Freeney, you had Adrian Claiborne, you had Jonathan Babineau, Tyson Jackson, Courtney Upshaw. Well, Derek Shelby, he was
Mm-hmm.
hurt, but you can still count him in there. Vic Beasley, Grady Jarrett. So you literally had a
County,
10.
you had a lot.
Oh,
Rasheed
Brooks
Hagman.
Reed. So
Yeah, Rasheed Hagman. Rasheed,
Brooks,
yeah, you're
yeah.
right. Bruce Irvin. That's what it was. Yeah, you're right.
Well, so you literally had a 10-man defensive line rotation,
Mm-hmm.
which were guys that weren't all the biggest guys, but they had an attack mindset as far as we're going to set the tone. Now, where things started taking a turn for the worse for Debo was when you started losing a lot of those like core pieces on that defensive line, and then we start seeing a tack not not being consistent. Tyler Davis said we already know what the hell to say about that. Um,
Right.
you got Allen Bailey. Like I said, you losing a lot, and like I said, the main key thing you lost on that defensive line was was really two players. Well, really
Mm-hmm.
one player.
One player, yeah.
which started this whole decline, and that was Don Terry Poe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we know, Deion Jones is about 6'2", 225, so he's pretty much kind of like a smallish linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
This is why you make sure your defensive line has to play correctly. You got to make sure you build the team right. See, the defense went from a fast and physical defense to we just gonna play fast. And this is where the Amber Rose Sukihana Slutwalk defense was born.
Was born. Mm-hmm.
Because all they did was play cover 3. That's all they did was play cover 4. That's all they did because they relied so much on speed. They left the physical out of it, and this is why you started seeing I ain't gonna say decline in Debo, because Debo has been consistent throughout this whole thing.
Throughout, yeah.
But the whole unit just taking a nosedive. Now, when we look at Fourier, when Fourier came into the picture, Fourier wasn't expected to be the Fourier everybody loved.
Mm-hmm.
So those splash plays that Debo was making, Fourier was making.
Mm-hmm.
So Debo kind of took a back seat just a tad bit because of those splash plays that Fourier made. But if you actually look at the games, they both really played just the same.
Mm-hmm.
Because Fourier is not a big dude neither.
Mm-hmm. That's another misconception. He's not that much bigger than Debo.
Actually, Fourier is actually smaller. Fourier is actually smaller than Debo when you really look at it. Mm-hmm. He's more cut than Deion Jones, but he's actually smaller than him.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we talking about with the thumper rolls and stuff like that, because
that's exactly why people wonder why it's like he put Debo in that at thumper rolls, because over the course of the season, he's proven to be able to handle that type of physicality.
Right. Oh shit! I thought I was muted there for a second.
No. I was about to because what something also that and I didn't upload it, but another thing that we want to kind of focus on also is there's a misconception that go ahead.
Oh. NFL.com has Fourier Olakun listed at 215.
215. No, Fourier 240. When he ever been 240? The man came in as he came into college. He came in
as a 210 pound safety.
Yeah, he came in.
That's why I said Fourier is more built.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he looks like he's 240, but they have him listed at 215.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's not 240. He's never been that 240. I don't know where y'all get that from, but that's not his size.
He looks 240, but he's really 215.
I mean, I don't want to make this, but that's well, forgive me for this comment, but he's African, man, and we know African people got big ass heads, bro. Okay, let's just keep it real. They got some big ass heads. So you look at his head, and then you look at them shoulder pads, because Deion actually wears smaller shoulder pads. Fourier wears what we call those Ray Lewis shoulder pads that make him look a lot bigger than what he actually is. You know what I'm saying? If you go and look at it, he does, like, Deion wears shoulder pads almost like Michael Bennett on the defensive line. Michael Bennett,
oh god,
wears those small baby pads. Like, that's it.
I'm sorry, boy, but Michael Bell, when I used to see him wear them pads, boy, that shit looked like a thong on his shoulders. I was like, boy, what the
Hey, look, Come on, man. Hell, I got a big ass head. Hell, I know a big head. What the fuck? When I say a big head, I know a big head. I got a big ass head. So I don't want to hear that. Oh, I need to get counseled. Shit, counsel me for my big ass head. ATM. But no, seriously. When we talk about that, one of the misconceptions is that he's too small and to fit in Dean P's system. It's not true at all. In fact, we got 13 players in the last from 2011 all the way to 2019. So that's 8 years he's been in, and we found 13 linebackers that fit inside the radius of Deion Jones' size. All right. So I don't know if you guys want to hear them, those names, but I'll say it like this. A lot of these guys fit in from Brendan, LB Deion, all these guys play for Baltimore. And most of these players come from the Baltimore Ravens defense. And that we know Baltimore is quote unquote one of those teams where it's like they're physical. Well, physicality isn't necessarily a size. Physicality is more of a mindset. Okay,
Right.
physicality is more of a mindset. We got Brendan, Iambejo, Chevis Williams, Zach Orr. A lot of these guys, they fit in. And if you know anything about Baltimore, they like to use a lot of their safeties slash safety that can come in and blitz and put those guys near the line of scrimmage. That's why they got to have these big guys like Brandon Williams, Haloti Nada, those types of guys. So when it comes down to it, you gotta have that one guy or two guys in that defense where you're physically setting the tone. And that's an Anthony Rush for us right now. And we got a couple other guys that is, again, that mindset of being physical. Physicality isn't necessarily a size, because like I said, we know some guys in Route 97, he's 15 pounds or something like that. And that dude is soft as all get up. So we can't sit up here and say, all right, this guy doesn't fit in because he doesn't have a certain size. Or Dean Pease only looks for guys that is about 220, 235, 250 in that range. In fact, we found something else. Almost every NFL team, everyone has a guy around Deion Jones' size. Everyone, almost every franchise have a guy Deion Jones' size. So again, when we talk about Deion doesn't fit in a scheme, that's absolutely false. There's no truth to it whatsoever. There's no truth to say that his numbers went down outside of interceptions. And this is the reason why I wanted to bring this up. The quarterback hits. His quarterback hits has always been very low. We're talking about 4 and below. When Deion Jones started getting more quarterback hits, that's when you started seeing the sack numbers go down. The sack numbers went down when Deion Jones had the most quarterback hits. When his quarterback hits elevated, the sack numbers decreased for the Falcons. Why is that case?
He got a goddamn wall in front of him. But let me ask you a question too. And this is going to be pertaining to both of these linebackers too. And I just realized something. If you look at the numbers for both of these linebackers, Foye and Deion Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that these two guys have combined almost 30 tackles for losses, 28 quarterback hits?
Repeat that number. Oof.
30 quarter all your quarterback hits and tackles for losses the last 2 seasons combined, pretty much 30 for 30 from your two middle linebackers.
Wow.
So
That
and then
says a lot.
right. So really when it comes down to the Deion Jones thing, it's not that he's soft. It's kind of, to me, this is why I asked the question earlier. Is it about decline, personal preference, or or I'm gonna just use those two: personal preference or decline. Because let's be honest, Dion hasn't had the pick sixes in a while. So this is why a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people are looking at him and saying like, "Oh no, this he's not the dude." Yeah, you sometimes you have to be asked to do a little bit more than just be
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm gonna use an example here. I'm gonna use the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here for example, because I know this is a main thing people talk about with Levante David
Mm-hmm.
and Devin White. What has Tampa Bay always had in front of them that lets them flow around and do all the things about?
Mm-hmm. He
Um,
always had them big twos
Cause
in
I know
front
the
of him.
last I know the last couple years has been in Dominican Sue and Vita Vea, and then before that you got uh Nunez Roaches and Gerald
Mm-hmm.
McCoy, and you got Jason
Look good.
Pierre Paul on one side, and it's like you give and take, here. We've been a fast and physical defense for so damn long. We just lost the physicality, and
We lost the physicality. Yep.
mm-hmm.
We lost the
and then not
physicality.
and then not and not and not taking into account that Dion played with a fractured shoulder all last season, so
Yeah.
and made no excuses about it. He went out there and played.
Not one complaint about this man having that until the off season came. Yep. Dion been playing
Mm-hmm.
hurt.
Right, right. So, like you said, sometimes that's just like using this for example. I'm gonna use me and Mike for example. Sometimes you'll see Mike lead the show, and I follow,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. At the end of the day, the goal is being done. They swap
Yeah. Yeah.
roles.
Yeah.
I, I, I
We saw
think I
that.
think people are starting to catch it now. Like they
Mm-hmm.
they they swapped the roles. You didn't have a thumper on the team. Who was going to be the thumper? Because both of those guys weren't thumpers at all. Go ahead, Mike.
And my thing also is that you go along with that. You have let's just keep it real. One of the main reasons why you don't hear anything about. All right, let me phrase that better. Um, when you look at the Rams defense, let's just keep it 100% real, without looking at a roster of anybody. All right, without Google, name me they starting linebackers right now, and if those guys are Pro Bowl linebackers.
Outside of Bobby Wagner that just signed.
Yeah,
Leonard Floyd, man, but he wasn't a Pro Bowler, so that doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Now they said linebackers.
Linebacker.
Not Aaron Donald. Not
Yeah.
Aaron Donald. We said
Linebacker.
linebackers. I see
It's
Ernest
it's
Jones.
hard. Hmm?
Yeah,
Jones. That's it. That's the point.
but he was a rookie, so he still got seasoned to put on that.
You still got at least 5 other linebackers on that team, but you never hear about them. But
right,
and this is a Super Bowl team, Super Bowl winning team. Excuse me, let me rephrase that. That's a Super Bowl winning team, and you don't hear anything about their linebackers not making big plays. You barely hear them talk about tackles. Oh, he made the tackle, pick sixes, none of that stuff. Why? Because the guys up front are doing their job. If you hear too much about your linebackers, the linebackers having 192 tackles, 137 tackles, somebody ain't doing that damn job.
But hold on, let me go ahead, Mike. Keep talking. I'm finna look.
I know where you're going with.
I'm finna look something.
So because if you're worried about whether or not Deion Jones can get tackles, then why are there 4 guys in front of him? If you worry about Deion being soft, shouldn't the guys in front of him be protective of the soft guy and let the soft guy do its soft guy things, like, blitz occasionally, get interceptions, not have to worry about running into offensive linemen? Shouldn't they worry about just tackling, wide receivers, running backs coming out of the backfield, not running into offensive guards and getting, hit? We're worried about the wrong thing, people. Whether it's Deion Jones, Michael Walker, who is about the same size. Yeah, and the guy that we end up drafting too, he's the same size as Debo. In fact, he's just leaner. He's just taller. That's it. He's about the same size as Deion.
Right.
And when you're talking about, 5 to 10 pounds, like probably not even 10 pounds difference between those guys. There's a trend when it comes down to what he wants right now. He wants lean guys with different or almost the exact same skill set, because you look at Mike Walker, you look at Deion Jones, you look at Troy Anderson, they do one thing well. Run and run fast. Am I right there?
No, you're right. You're right.
Dude, all those 3 guys, they run and they run fast.
They attack. I'm gonna just let y'all know the 3 guys we got on defense attack. That's what they brought here, is to attack. Like Mr. Quick Class said, I have to visualize and attack. I have to visualize and attack.
So at the end of the day, when you look at the numbers say exactly that. The size of each one of those guys say exactly the same thing. All these guys are around the exact same weight. In fact, I don't think the Falcons have a linebacker that is 250. Rashawn Evans is a lot lighter than I thought he was.
What, 230? About 230?
He's about 230, 233-ish, 4-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
235, somewhere in there. But he's a lot lighter than that. Deion is like literally 5-6 pounds lighter than him. And I'm telling you right now, 5-6 pounds, you can put some boots on and get 5 pounds, 3 to 5 pounds. Okay,
Right.
so that ain't much of anything. So
So,
when we
cause
get people
by
say he doesn't fit the scheme because he's lighter, well, we don't have guys that too. Troy is not like, all right. You guys that I don't know. We talking about Troy is 248. I don't. That's not what the roster says. The roster says doesn't say Troy is 248. Maybe he
I
was.
think he was. I think he like 242 now. I think about 242.
They wanted him coming in a lot lighter than 240.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause originally before the draft he was like 235, but I think he had
Mm-hmm.
bulked up to about 240.
So that's probably something that they wanted him to do, or he did that on his own for the ground of the football season. Because sometimes people come in at two. I know Grady, he came in like 300, but during the course of the season, he started to lose a lot of weight, and then he ended up like 280, 290 during the course of the season. So guys will
Right.
come in at a certain weight, but during the season, they'll end up losing that weight.
Right. So yeah. So like I said, that's right now. See, right now we're not looking at the skill set. Just like Mike
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, it's not the skill set. We're looking at the mindset. We're looking at
Mm-hmm.
the physicality, the want to. And I just looked at some too, and I'm going to repeat this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the main reasons why we said we wanted a Jordan Davis and why people said they wanted a Travis Jones. Yo, Foyer and Dion literally have identical numbers outside of maybe one or two categories. Combined for almost 330 tackles between the two, 4 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 11 quarterback hits, 2 forced fumbles.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Cause they had to do. Cause if you notice what Dean Pease had to do a lot last year, they had to hit those AA gap blitzes.
Mm-hmm. A lot.
They
Yeah.
had no choice. They had no damn choice. They had to.
Mm-hmm.
They had to use linebacker stunt blitzes. That's how Michael Walker ended up getting that pick six against Carolina.
Yep. That fake.
They had to.
Yeah.
They stunted Dion. They stunted Dion. It was a zone blitz, and damn, Michael Walker just ended up in the right spot and
Right
took
spot.
that
Yeah.
bitch for six.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, Dion. But getting back to Dion, like I said, he hasn't declined. He just ain't made. Like I said, he just ain't made this. He just ain't made the interceptions that we're used to seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Foyer's been doing that, so that's why people say Foyer is the better linebacker.
Mm-hmm. And don't bring that bullshit PFF grade bullshit to me. All right. When we talk about
PFF. I'm about to say PFF is about as useful as me being celibate at a girl at a at a Magic City orgy. Yeah, it's about it. Yeah,
it's like hell, dog. That shit don't work. That's not gonna
that
work
shit don't go together.
at all.
Because to be honest with you, and this is what was been said by the people that came up with that shit. Those grades are not definitive on anything but big plays. They gave guys that only played like 100 snaps last year 97s.
Yeah. I mean, Marlon Davidson had like he had that pick six against Tampa Bay,
Tom
and
Brady.
I think he ended up the highest rank that week, and that dude had like 10 snaps or something like that. He didn't even play a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and he ended up being the highest rank. Like, come on, bro. That's
Right.
predicated on big plays. Those are the
Right.
small nuances. What we say here, the small intricate
The small
details of
intricate
football.
details.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even grade those. In fact, they've come out and said themselves that this system is still being tweaked. And we're supposed to take that. They're not still tweaking tackles. They're not tweaking tackles for losses. They're not tweaking sacks. Either you combine for a sack with somebody or you get a full sack on your own. We know what the definition is. They still tweaking their
They still don't
system
know.
at PFF.
Because if you're going straight off of PFF grades, they grade 0 to 100. Somebody said they gave Deion a 36 or a 37 grade. They gave 48 and 45. So they both failed. If you're going off PFF grades, they both failed.
And the even hammer that home, the guy that they said failed got a 40. How much? Like a $40 million contract.
45
The
million.
guy that PFF said failed, he ended up getting $45 million contract. And this is y'all keep throwing this bullshit in our face, saying that Deion had a 30-something 30-something grade.
36. 30 something. It was like 36.
So they gave a guy that got a $45 million contract a 40 grade, which insists and pretty much said that they failed. A guy that failed got a $40 million contract, and this is the stuff that we're talking about in our shows. We're talking about these things in our shows. Now, if you want to say that Deion Jones, and this is where I had, even on this show, that I've heard people say, well, Deion Jones, he doesn't show all the effort. Yeah, that typically happens in football. If you've never played a football game, trust me, as plays, you can't always go 100 miles an hour when you're playing football. I mean, not even just football. Kevin is a huge soccer fan. Plays soccer his damn self. I tried playing soccer. I promise you, if you ever play soccer, you know for a fact that your ass is not going to be running fast as you can every single play.
Hell nah. Your ass is mostly jogging. Your ass is mostly jogging on the field.
Jogging. So don't give me this crap that he doesn't give 100% all the time. That's crap.
Mm-hmm. Hell nah. Hell nah. And then I played on defense too, so you really didn't do much running unless that ball came to you.
Right, came to you, right.
Them motherfuckers on that soccer field didn't want nothing to do with me because I elbow your ass real quick.
Nope, this is my territory.
This is my territory. But yeah, I'm sitting here trying to look up these see if I can see what these quote unquote PFF grades look like so I can make my damn point, but I can't find none of them. So I might just say fuck it. But somebody said something about Vincent Taylor, and this is why I think the Falcons are going to bank on Anthony Rush and Vincent Taylor and Tim Horn and what is it, D'Angelo? Angelo? They're going to bank on them right now because they feel like where their mindset is right now, we're going to see what we got here. And if these guys give us the production here, then we know what we got for the next couple years. Grady going to be here for another 2-3 years. So a lot of those that don't like it, you better suck it up. Let me see. Hold on. We got a couple. I'm gonna read a couple comments right quick. Said Raul said, y'all see the early 2023 draft prediction. They got Atlanta picking second. Not only that, they got selected a quarterback. And this is another thing that we talk about too. Everybody's banking on this next quarterback class. Hold on, this is about 45 minutes in. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody is really banking on this quarterback class to be really, really good. We don't know what the hell this college football season is going to be like. Let me ask you something, Mike. I heard everybody saying this quarterback class was weak. But let me ask you this. Is it that the quarterback class was weak, or was that all the other positions were stronger? Because that's what I'm thinking.
My personal take, I just think this class of position was just stronger because you go to the D line, the offensive line, a lot of offensive linemen and defensive line were taken.
Mm-hmm.
Even like the safeties and DBs weren't being taken as much as those offensive linemen and defensive linemen were. So, like, as much as we like to try to clown these quarterbacks, myself included, was that this defensive class and the trench play was that much better. Because if you need a quarterback, you're gonna get him regardless of whether you think he suck or not. A lot of teams just gonna take a quarterback just based on quote unquote potential.
Mm-hmm. Tom Brady was in a terrible quarterback class and got drafted late. And look where he at now. So you don't know what the hell the outcome is going to be.
Mm-hmm. And that's why.
What was that? The year 2000? Oh, what was that? The year 2000? Let's look up.
Yeah, 2000. I think it was 2000.
Let me see. 2000 quarterback class. Let's see. 6 quarterbacks that was picked before Tom Brady. Let's see. And the only reason why we bringing this up is because this is letting you know that you never know what the hell to expect. It's all about if the player fits your system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got a good one here in Chad Pennington. I give him that credit on that one.
He was a
Giovanni Carmazzi.
Oh man. Oof.
Chris Redman. T. Martin. Mark Bolger. He's Spurgon win. Yeah.
Ooh, Lord Jesus. Ooh, that name. That's yeah, that man's win. Ooh, I ain't heard that name in a minute.
But the thing is, you can't like even with last year's quarterback class with Trevor Lawrence and Matt Jones and Justin Fields, it's not a guarantee that they gonna be successful.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
That's why it's ludicrous to even put out these idiotic draft boards because we don't even know if, like, let's just say this: all the quarterbacks for the most part that were taken, they end up because you still got guys like, I mean, I don't really think he's a good quarterback. That's just my personal opinion. But Jimmy G, as well as the A-Wipe in Cleveland, Baker Mayfield. Some team might want to pick him up. And then the teams that, because a lot of teams may be like Atlanta. It's like, yeah, we want to, I don't think I want to rebuild and bring in one of them young quarterbacks because you see right now, Arizona, do Arizona really want to, commit to Kyler? I mean, San Francisco sound like they don't even really want to commit to Trey Lance. It's like they losing hope in him.
Oh, I know y'all heard about that. They talking about the
Mm-hmm.
49ers organization looking at Trey Lance like, oh, I don't know, we might have made a mistake.
I'm
But
on that.
you gotta see how the season play out with that though.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't looking too good for old Trey Lance in San Francisco right now.
Carolina, they believed in Sam Darnold. You see what that got them. So, like I said, they things may not go as you think they are.
Right.
And people up here,
Right.
saying the Falcons is going to be this and that. They didn't play one down. Then you gotta take into account for injuries and training camp and guys just not understanding the scheme, because we have plenty of players during the season that they just don't understand the scheme, and then they don't get the proper playing time. And we already saying like, oh, this team is going to be it.
Yeah. Like I said, at the end of the day, we don't know. And we look at the schedule this year, like I said, pretty much the whole schedule is we're playing against teams that run the ball and play defense pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So the Falcons are going to have to match that energy. And it kind of goes into this comment right here. Said the D-line and O-line need that mentality of I'm a grown-ass man and you not about to hold me out.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it's going to have to come down to. The Falcons have one big advantage. They have one advantage this season. Nobody believes in them.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when nobody believes in you? Which means there's no expectations. Which means you ain't got nothing to lose.
Sounds like a team that I under. Nah, it can't. Nah, it can't be. This team that went to the Super Bowl. That kind of no expectations on them. Nobody saw them.
Right.
Right. Maybe it was. Maybe it was Cincinnati. Maybe it was Cincinnati. You think people thought that they would go to the Super Bowl?
Then nobody paid them to even get to the playoffs last year. And they ended up in the Super Bowl. Like I said, the number one thing a team needs in order to win in this league is luck. That's the number one thing is luck. I don't give a damn how great your team is, but if you get key injuries and key positions, you don't get the right matchups, you don't make it far. You gotta have luck. You gotta, like I said, you gotta win the luck of the draw. So I'm just gonna say it like that, man. Yeah, well, I said we don't know. Like I said, we can't be down. We can't be downing everybody on this team because this is people that you don't want.
And that's my big.
And here you go, right here. Cincinnati went into last year where everybody saying there was going to be a top 5 pick again.
Great point, Bernie. That's a great point. Nobody saw that coming.
I damn sure didn't see it coming. I saw a bunch of icky shuffles and shit in Cincinnati. Like, what the hell?
That's really it.
But the one thing Cincinnati had that worked well with them last year was regardless if Joe Burrow was the most hit quarterback in the league last year.
They had one thing going for them. They had a couple. But
let me do running
the
damn
Yep. They ran the damn ball well. So and this is one of the main reasons why I say you got to take strong consideration in what Marcus Mariota could do with his legs as well as Desmond Ritter, because that's going to add to the running game. And the more that we can control the clock, that's going to play into the team's hand. And then these guys can naturally kind of find their space and what they can do for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Running game will save your life, bro. You can literally go to the Super Bowl just with having a running game itself. Well, he's saying it.
And I'm glad you said that too, because it was a space that I was in yesterday. Um, you, Mike, you already know it because you was in this damn thing too, and you left before I got in there. And I was saying something about, because apparently some folks are not really feeling the Drake London pick because he's not quote unquote fast. He's not a speedster. And I made the point about Arthur Smith and the type of receivers that he had in Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also mentioned Derrick Henry in the back in that backfield. Derrick Henry only played in 8 games last year. Tennessee was the number one seed in the AFC.
Yep.
Without Derrick Henry, they had about 5 games where that team ran for over 130 yards. Yeah.
Ball control. We keep talking about ball
Deont-
control.
Ball control. Hold on, Mike. Go ahead and talk. I'm finna look something up right quick.
See, we keep talking about ball control. Everybody's so worried about scoring points and getting, having big plays, but when it comes down to it, you don't have to design. I said this before. You do not have to design big plays. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, but the offensive line and running the ball, those big plays will happen naturally. Why? Because the defense is going to react to those running backs and those tight ends creeping. They're going to naturally go up. So guess what? If you got a guy on the sideline with the size of a Drake London, I really don't even matter. We saw it with Zacchaeus, that play action play. When Matt Ryan hit Zacchaeus, I think that was a play action play. He hit Zacchaeus for like that 80, 90 yard play. That was a play action play.
Right.
The safety bit on it.
Right. So I found what I was looking for. Yes, they ran Derrick Henry to the ground. He almost had 1,000 yards rushing in 8 games. The Tennessee Titans ran the ball for 2,400 yards last year. Derrick Henry accounted for 937 of those yards.
Wow.
So where did the other 1,500 yards come from?
This is the whole point what we was talking about. Everybody's so focused on Deion and that one particular player, but they don't understand it's a mindset. It's a team-oriented mindset. If you go in thinking if I draft this guy, then our offense is going to be better, you're never going to improve. You're never going to get to the Super Bowl. Because they got they lost, because when you look at it, the Rams lost a huge playmaker in their offense, and Robert Woods. He was a huge part of what they did. I'm talking about big time player. He's a big time receiver for them. They lost him, and then they brought in Odell, but Odell was kind of in and out of the lineup. He kind of got a slow start. But they, like, for the most part, like, when it comes down to it, like, those guys, it was a mindset. They control the clock. control the clock. You
The Atlanta
control the
Falcons.
clock.
The Atlanta Falcons as a whole team ran the ball for 1,400 yards last year.
Mm-hmm. And they ran for damn near 1,000 more than that.
Derrick Henry had as many rushing yards by himself in 8 games than we had as an entire team for 17 games.
And we need to worry about fast receivers.
Have y'all really paid attention to the Drake London footage? Have y'all really paid attention to that? That quarterback at USC is on the Reggie Ball side of the game.
Dude cannot. Mm-hmm.
If anybody don't know who Reggie Ball is, I know.
Oh, I know. If you're in Georgia, you should know. You from Georgia, you should know who Reggie Ball is.
Reggie Ball used to throw some of the worst passes to Calvin Johnson I've ever seen. Whoever the quarterback at USC, that motherfucker need to go ahead and transfer to the AU7 league with the way he throwing the ball. Because if you really pay close attention to a lot of the Drake London footage, you see a whole lot of balls getting thrown, underthrown passes. You got, I'm talking about, there's like at least about 15 of them on one clip. It's like ball is underthrown. They had to run a lot of damn slot screens and stuff with Drake London just so he can get some gap yard.
Yeah.
So
this is a question I got for y'all too. I got this question for y'all. And be honest. Do you get this type of information from other creators? I really want to know that answer. Do they go as in depth that we've been going in? I really want to know that. Like, come on, bro.
Right. Yeah, Raul said USC quarterback needs to be transferred to the Waffle House trash can. And you know what the sad thing about it is? Before this past college season started, that USC quarterback that underthrew Drake London was projected to be one of the top quarterbacks in this upcoming year's quarterback class. Y'all didn't know that, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, what that garbage ass motherfucker name is? Hold on, I'm finna look. I'm going right back to the phone, y'all. Why am I always going through?
I'm just saying in general, not just YouTube. I mean, just in general, dude. Yeah. A lot of people go in depth as far as we go in depth. We're talking about history going back to 2010, 11. We're talking about Ryan Michael type of going in depth. That's what I mean.
Right. Yeah. This dude name is let me see. I know somebody. Anybody got any? Oh yeah, Alice said it. Keydon Slovis. See, he's already fucked up with that name alone. Already.
Man, that sounds like the hell kind of name, Keydon Slovis.
That sound like a curling player.
Oh my god. I don't want to. I already had a racist joke earlier today.
Nah, we ain't gonna do it.
They gonna kill me if I say that.
We ain't gonna do it. Yeah. This dude has St. Brown and Drake London on the same team, and he sucked. Like, come on, man, bro.
These are the things we be talking about. It's common sense.
Keydon Slovis, bro. That sound like a car.
Call my dog Keydon. Yeah, Keydon.
That sound like a car insurance company or something, life insurance or something like. Hey, look, Alice even said his arm strength ain't it. Oh, that shit damn sure wasn't it.
Bro, he was throwing a lot of balls that was like it wasn't even getting to.
Bro,
it wasn't even getting to.
I can't. Hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I never thought I'd say this. This dude's arm is worse than Jake Fromm's.
Wow. You know I don't.
I'm gonna leave that one alone because y'all know how I feel about it.
Damn. And Fromm used to throw some ducks. I'm talking about the damn ball when the ball would literally hit the damn ground, but before it got to a receiver.
Good Lord, bro. I was like, bro.
Yeah.
Just go look at just go look at the USC game against UCLA, and you gonna see this is gonna be y'all K-Styles homework for night. When y'all type in Drake London, USC versus UCLA from last season, and y'all gonna see exactly what the hell I'm talking about. Cause bro, this shit looks absolutely pathetic. Dude, this dude throwing motion is terrible, bro. He looked like Rex Grossman out there. He looked like Rex Grossman from the Bears.
Mm-hmm. Boy, if y'all don't remember Rex Grossman, Jesus.
This dude wouldn't even. I'm a Georgia Tech fan. This dude wouldn't even make it on the Georgia Tech roster with that arm. I'm just saying it right now.
Yeah, not to do a Tech roster. Good God,
no, man. He wouldn't even make the quarterback room with that arm, boy. Good Lord. And I'm talking about during the triple option days, nigga. I ain't talking about now.
Ooh, the triple option.
Bro.
Oh, my God.
Bro, this dude was throwing all kinds of sloop-footed passes off his back foot, and it was like Drake. Like, Drake beat his corner. I'm going to just give you one play. He beat his corner by 10 yards, by at least 5 to 7 yards. Quarterback throws it in stride. It's a 65-yard touchdown. But it was the simple fact that he had his corner beat by 7 yards, and the quarterback underthrew it to the point where Drake had to stop and come back and get the ball.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Y'all talking about, bro, I'm about to say, bro, y'all talking about noodle arm, bro. This dude was on, bro, Chad Pennington's arm wasn't even this bad. Chad Pennington had no arm strength whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the main thing we're just saying, though, is you got to look deeper than the surface itself. You got to look at everything that's around it. This is what we talking about with the Deion Jones thing as well. Like I said, with Deion Jones, like I said, yes, the interceptions ain't been there. You haven't really seen as much of the forced fumbles. But look deeper into it.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have two linebackers that are rover linebackers blitzing all the damn time? And you don't have a front, and you don't have a front wall in front that can't do shit.
They literally can't do shit right. They can't stop the run, and they can't get to the quarterback. They worthless. I would take Gardner Minshew in college before I take Keydon Slovis, whatever. Keydon Slovis. But give me Mike. That sounds like damn one of them fake names you check into a hotel or something.
That sound like one of them generic ass names that you find on Madden during franchise mode.
Right.
Damn.
But think about this. Think about this. We gonna get to Q&A after this. Think about this. Deion Jones had one less sack than Dante Fowler Jr. Think about that. I'm gonna ask everybody the question. Think about that. Deion Jones had one less sack in the last 2 seasons than Dante Fowler.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. And Deion Jones was tied for fourth in the team in sacks.
I want to hear some comments on that. Deion Jones had one less sack than Dante Fowler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord, look, Brad was talking about now. I done went to a whole nother rapper's voice. He said, "I'm getting my Killer Mike voice." And we had Yeezy in here too, man. Dante Failure, Kung Fooey, the Karate Kid, Hurricane Kicks, Chung Lee, Liu Kang. You can call them all that.
Man, you call whoever.
He Dan Quinn problem. Hey, he Dan Quinn problem now.
I forgot that he went there. God dang. Well, what is
he Dan Quinn problem? They ain't got no Randy Gregory, so they're gonna expect him to carry that load. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna see how that feels. But yeah. So in conclusion of the miseducation of Deion Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Be patient. You gonna see the real Deion Jones here. And if you don't, this is what Troy Anderson is here for.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they're gonna give Michael Walker a chance to show his stuff. You still got a Dorian Etheridge that they might be high on off this practice squad.
We don't know what these guys are thinking. We have no idea what they're thinking.
Although Southside said, what if that boy Fowler had like 18 and a half sacks this season? He's going to owe us some answers. Man, that man ain't had more than damn 5 sacks without goddamn Aaron Donald, bro. Aaron Donald without.
Man, can he stay on the damn field? That's the one. Can he have
like I said
long enough to do that?
Like I said, I'm Lorenzo Carter. Like I said, I have confidence in him. He will at least give me 5.
Mm-hmm.
I know he can give me at least 5. Like I said, Jacob Tatui Mariner was 3rd on his team in sacks last year, and he only played in 7 games. Think about that.
We worried about the wrong thing, man. We worried about
we worried about a linebacker play when the main issue was we couldn't get to the quarter. We couldn't get sacks. We couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. We couldn't run the ball effectively to run the clock. All wide receivers couldn't get off the line of scrimmage for a damn thing. And what you hear say, he said, I don't care how good your linebackers are until we fix the trenches, linebackers and defense will struggle. Right. But the thing about it is, and this is why we can't sleep on Timothy Horn. We can't sleep on him because
I mean, he essentially came in how Anthony Rush came in. Anthony Rush came, nobody wanted him. We brought him in like midway through the season.
Right. And then you also have to think about it too. And here's the other thing you're not thinking about as well. Dion, like I said, we didn't hear all this Dion suck thing until Isaiah Oliver went down. Now you
Mm-hmm.
covering a whole nother aspect of the defense that we not talking about. Isaiah Oliver going down hurt Debo just as much more than y'all think.
Mm-hmm. The style of defense that we run.
We run a certain style of defense. We have to have an
Edge setter in this defense. In any blitzing defense, you have to have an edge setter. It's a must. Even going back to the Patriots days with Rodney Harrison. Rodney Harrison, one of those guys. Like he used to learn. He used to switch his edges. His he used to switch a lot of his the guys that set the edges. And most of the time it was Rodney Harrison, the guy that would always blitz off the edge to stop that run or stop them from, you know, sending the running back on the outside, them quick passes. Like he was that guy. That's an extension of the running game. So those guys they're vital to what you're doing in offense. You stop that short passing game and you stop the run, you can pretty much extend the play and give your defensive line more time to get after the quarterback.
Right. Right. Because
So that's
essentially
why
what ended up
you can
happening is if you paid attention to how the defense got ran on last year, we gave up 2,200 yards on the ground. Before Isaiah Oliver went down, teams would run exclusively to the Dante Fowler side.
Yep.
Did y'all notice that? They ran at Dante Fowler all those first 4 games. They ran away from the Isaiah Oliver side. Isaiah Oliver went down. That's more space that them linebackers have to cover. That was it. It's a lot deeper than everybody thinks. We thinking that it's a quick fix, like, okay, let's just get a new linebacker. Boom, plug it, boom. It ain't easy, bro. It's not easy. So let's go ahead and get this Q&A portion going on here, man. Let's go ahead, y'all get y'all questions in here. We got about another 10 minutes. We do Q&A. About another 10 more minutes. See if we see some questions in here. Like I said, we definitely appreciate everybody tuning in to us tonight as well, man. Y'all make sure y'all go ahead and continue to support Six Man K Styles as well as Mad Mike Sports on the road to 1K and the road to 10K respectively.
This I strongly believe that if Deion stays with us, the defense can make a somewhat better run last year.
Again, I'm putting too much focus on one player.
Putting way too much emphasis, and this is one of the reasons why we even in the past, everybody the focus was on Matt Ryan. If we draft this guy instead of this guy, things will be better. Well, that's not true at all. Everything has to work well together. The Rams had one of the better offensive lines last year, so they could throw the ball and have an extension of the running game. And if the running game wasn't going well, then they struggled. The running game and the passing game for the Rams created that balance that they needed to win. So they held on the ball a lot, even when it took the defense time to kind of catch up. That short passing game was an extension of the running game. That's when that's because if you remember, the running back, he ended up he had a torn Achilles.
Cam
And
Akers.
Cam came back from the injury, and he was kind of slow. Sona Michelle didn't really do what they thought he was going to do. So they used the short passing game to create that balance. So they would run the ball, they would get like 2-3 yards, but that's enough because they had a great defense and they had an offense that could keep the clock running, get those first downs. Sometimes, as a play caller, you're not calling plays to get big plays, and that's one of the misconceptions when you talk about different offensive mindsets. Guys like Kyle Shanahan, he's not necessarily calling plays so he can get a big play. He's just trying to keep that clock running. If he just so happened to get a big play out of it, it's a plus. But if you execute it, get those three, 7 yards, 3, then 7 yards, then 4, then 6 yards, then you're doing what you're supposed to do as a team. But as an offensive coordinator, your job is to really just not make a mistake, not do something dumb, and get the ball in the playmaker's hands. Look for those mismatches.
All right. So we got ATL Joe here with the 199 super chat. He said, just supporting Rise Up Atlanta Falcon Nation. Definitely appreciate the 199, man. We definitely appreciate that, man. But here, we got a question here, and I want to answer this one, too. And Mike, you can answer this one, too. He said, what do y'all think the problem is with Marlon Davidson? He has been disappointing in my eyes. Ain't been on the field long enough. He played one game, and then he's ended up hurt again. Or he's sick. So you haven't really seen a consistency of games with him. So you really can't catch stride like that. Does he have the ability to be able to play his position? Yes, he does. But his problem is he's in one game, he's out the next game. He's in one game, he's out the next game. He's in one game, he's out the next 2 games. He's in, boom, boom, boom. So he done dropped his weight down. I think they say he dropped his weight down to about 291. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see if that's going to play a big part in it too, because this is kind of a make or break year for him as well.
I mean, to go along with that, we just don't have a good defensive line. Like my thing is, just because a guy's drafted in the first and second round don't actually mean they're going to be good immediately. That's the biggest misconception when it comes down to these. Y'all got to stop looking at these damn drafts, bro. These fantasy football drafts. Stop looking at Madden. That stuff, like most of the players that ever drafted in the history of the NFL, AFL, most of the guys don't pan out. Almost well over 60% of those guys in the first round, second round, third round don't pan out. That's why you constantly see guys out of the league in 3 years. The league average for the NFL player is about 3 to 4 years. So guys don't even last. A lot of guys don't even last long in the NFL. But we got the expectation of these guys. All right, he's the first round. He's going to automatically be good.
Right. Millie Mills here said, can we hope London doesn't come in here trying to run over DBs? We need his ass to not do that as much. Can't afford to get him injured. I think they're going to tell him, just take what you can get and brace yourself. The main thing. Mm-hmm. Like I said, the main thing with him is, he's not scared of catching the ball in tight spaces. And that's one of the things that this offense needs. You need wide. That's why you got the damn the monsters of damn wide receivers, everybody being 6'4" and taller. Because you want guys that not only have great catch radiuses, but you want guys that are not afraid to catch the ball in confined spaces in the middle during those slants and digs.
Look, let me say this again. All right, I just want to bring this home again. All right, maybe I can put it in as good as I possibly can. But we keep talking about Marlon Davidson, and this isn't a Marlon Davidson issue. It's the same thing that we've been talking about with Debo. We keep focusing on one player. This is the NFL. This is the best of the best. Everybody is a Marlon Davidson. Damn near everybody on the offensive side and defensive side, and even in the rotation on the offensive side and defensive side, these guys have been good in college. So you're going against the best of the best. Okay? So what am I saying? Everybody good. So guess what? You got to go to your bags of tricks. You got to learn how to win with leverage. You got to learn how to read body language. You got to read, oh, he leaning this way. He leaning that way. Matt Ryan, Peyton Manning, they don't beat you with the big arm. They beat you with the mental. Not everybody is Barry Sanders in the league where they're just like physically gifted.
Right.
Not everybody is Calvin Johnson and Julio Johnson. Calvin Ridley, talented guy, but he weak in the mind.
Wait a minute. I just realized you just said Julio Johnson. I'm like, who the hell?
I said Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson.
Oh, I thought you said Julio Jones and Julio Johnson.
Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson. Like, ain't nobody, not everybody is physically gifted than those guys. Like, we just think because a guy been drafted in the first round, the second round, the third round, that he gonna automatically come because he's a second and third round.
I can give you some first round wide receiver bust like hell, boy.
Like, and
we can let's say you can go to Charles Rogers. Y'all remember that catastrophe? The Lions failed on that shit like 3 times. Well, 2 times. Like I said, Charles Rogers was one. Mike Williams was another one. Troy Williamson. Darius Hayward Bay. Let's see who else was in that thing. Right now, look like
McCuz said it perfect. McCuz said he played it perfect. This is exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta get them help. You gotta get them help.
Right.
Okay? There's only one person. It's 12. It's 11 guys.
Bruh, there was literally games where I saw the whole offensive line focused on Grady. They half-ass blocked everybody else.
Do we got to bring up the quote? Do we got to bring up the quote again? Damn, y'all ain't got to block nobody else. This is what I mean. We are so focused on one particular player. Players can't shine if they don't have other guys that are capable of doing their job properly. That's why we were so adamant on bringing a guy like Jordan Davis in, because if Jordan Davis at 6'6", 340 can do his job, it'll open up so much for everybody else. For Marlon Davis to have more one-on-one opportunities. Okay? To have, all the other guys, Debo to roam free. AJ Terrell to have more opportunity to sit on routes.
Yeah.
If everybody
here's some more wide receiver bust. You got Kevin White. That's another one.
Ooh.
I don't know. I know if y'all remember.
West Virginia? I think that was West Virginia.
That was West Virginia. Jacksonville bombed on quite a few of them too. Ooh. Reggie Williams, Matt Jones.
My God. Ooh, my God.
Javon Walker, that was another one. Ashley Lee was another one. Like I said, bro,
the one in Chicago. It was. Yeah, I was thinking about Justin Black.
Justin Black.
No,
hell, Hell, Chicago had
Chicago
one in
did
David
have
Terrell.
one.
It was David Terrell. Was it that? David Terrell, that was him. He was the first one in Chicago I could think of.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he was the shit at Michigan, boy. But he went to Chicago, boy. He went from David Terrell to Terrell. No, that's what that was.
So it's not so much that like guys are bust. Oftentimes, guys just don't have the right support system. That's why you see guys like Tom Brady. That motherfucker trying to get everybody out of retirement and get everybody to come to his damn team.
That boy tried to get Rodney Harrison to come out of time. Hey man, we just need some help in the secondary.
Shit, he tried to get goddamn Junior Seau to come back from the dead. That motherfucker want everybody, bro. I love the hell out of it. I was watching Junior Seau earlier today. That's why I brought it there. I just wanted to say Junior Seau. I love you. He one of my favorite players, man. I love Seau, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you something, man. The San Diego Chargers know how to get them linebackers, bro. I don't know why, but they always because you can Junior Seau, what was his name? Donnie Edwards, Sean Merriman, Sean Phillips. It was like, bro, they was.
They had a nice little run linebackers. They still got quite a few.
Yeah, Ty Law gonna go to the Bucks. He gonna get Adam Vinatieri over there just to kick one more time with his old decrepit leg. That motherfucker look like Santa Claus now. Boy, that beard white as hell. He look like Chris Kringle.
Melvin Ingram.
Yeah. Randall Godfrey. Like I said, they right now you got Khalil Mack. I don't know about man. Nah, I can't count that one. I used to have so many jokes about Manti Te'o. Like, nah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
That man killed his career before he got started.
How do you kill your career with a fake girlfriend, bro? What kind of shit is that? Okay, hold on here. Let me see. Here's a question. Emmanuel said, should Julio still go to the Falcons Ring of Honor if he signs with the Bucks?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because regardless of where he goes, he's still Falcons legend. This is where his career is at. I mean, he took a chance to try to go to Tennessee and thought he had it there, and then found out real quick that the type of environment that they got in Tennessee, they was not finna be letting Julio do whatever the fuck he want to do. But Julio has done a lot for the Falcons, and like I said, he will be in the Ring of Honor.
That's without question.
Only problem, like you said, the only thing a lot of people are kind of critical of him is how he handled it. That's the main thing. He handled it the wrong way. But outside of that, he earned that. It's just crazy as hell that he's still a free agent, which is very interesting.
I believe in NFL owners really sticking together. I'm just gonna be honest. Once you do some fucked up shit to an owner, they really stick together. It's like blackball, yo. And we got several instances where let's be real. Antonio Brown could still play in the league, but he's just a damn dumbass. Ain't nobody gonna like. And we got plenty of dumbasses that get arrested and they get chance after chance. So there's no reason why like he shouldn't have a job outside of owners sticking together. Because if people like didn't care about that type of stuff, his ass wouldn't have ended up in Tampa Bay. So I strongly believe that a lot of the owners that stick together, man. And when Torres did, he did some fucked up shit. He took that man money and said, "I'm out of here." Bro, you can't do nobody like that, bro. You can't take that man $60 million and then talking about I want to be a Falcon for life, and then you talk about nah, I'm out of here.
Well,
any man to be in their feelings about that, bro. That ain't cool.
Right. So we'll see how that saga plays out. But I don't see too many more questions in here, so we're gonna go ahead and wind it down for tonight. We definitely appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and share this stream, share this show with people you don't know, because we are in here to win it. Got your boy Mad Mike Sports over here on the 7K side of the game, getting to the 10, getting to the 10. I'm your man, 6-Man K Styles. I'm almost there to the 1. And we definitely appreciate all y'all tuning in to us. So, Mike, you want to go ahead and give them one final thought before we roll out?
Yeah. I got a bone to pick real quick. Got a red bone to pick. And normally I would lead this to, a rant, but I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Why is it that every time, first, it was, oh my God, Mike, you always on Matt Ryan's side. Why are you always sticking up for Matt Ryan, man? Why you always go, man, Matt Ryan can't do no wrong in your eye. Matt Ryan gone. So now, we just tell the truth about Deion Jones and, oh my God, Mike. Man, you just love Deion Jones, man. Oh man, you just love. Why you always taking up for Deion Jones, man? Why am I saying that? It's because it just seems like no matter who the player is, you motherfuckers just got to cry about something. These are two different people, and y'all coming with the same issue. It's the same fight. The same stuff. K-Style said it. Y'all just got to bitch about something. Y'all just got to complain about something. It ain't even about the team no more. Y'all just got to find somebody that y'all complain about. So,
damn sure.
If it ain't Matt Ryan gone and I'm still exhibiting the same behavior, you're still exhibiting the same behavior, but it's two different players, then what's the problem? You remember that Hulk Hogan thing back in the 80s you used to do? I'm sure everybody's seen it. You. Yeah, it's your ass. You the fuck. Yeah. So you the problem. Because I ain't changed and you ain't changed.
Oh, I think they asking me to say it. Do I need to say it? Do I need to say it?
Yeah, I'm setting it up for you. I'm setting it up for you.
Go ahead, set it up for me.
I'm setting it up for you. So at the end of the day, if I've changed the player and you change the player, K-Style, what they need to do, man?
Sit your goofy ass down.
That shit is wild, man. Different player, and y'all saying the same goofy ass shit.
and Matt Ryan. I don't get it, bro. It's hilarious. I don't get it.
SYGAD. SYGAD.
That's hilarious to me. So that's what I like. I said, y'all just sit y'all goofy head down with that shit. At the end of the day, that's what they need to do. Sit your goofy ass down. Golly.
I didn't think that shit was gonna take off like that, bro. I ain't even gonna tell you no lie.
Talk about not, bro. ATM, we're not saying that name up here. Like, look, for one, I need my brain cells. Okay, that's one. And two,
Lord.
it just ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I apologize for the people who was in that. That was my God.
That was pitiful. That was damn pitiful, man. Made me get out of character. I almost had to. Well, I damn near turned into Mad Mike in that motherfucker. Well, I had to get the hell out,
bro. Yeah, that was painful, bro.
So that's all you gotta say, Mike. That's your final word.
That's it. I just don't understand why it's the same fight. I like it's always Mike. Y'all always trying to take up for somebody, like, cause your ass is wrong. You're wrong.
Well, I say one thing, boy. I would not want to be friends with somebody that get mad at you for taking up for somebody. That means y'all turn on. That sounds like y'all turn on y'all own family if somebody offered you $25 to do it.
Quick.
Like I said, my final word is
I get it.
sit yo goofy ass down. If you ain't in it for the long haul, if you're not gonna believe in these players, like these motherfucking coaches that are trying to believe in these players, and you're mad at this team because they didn't get the players that you wanted. Look, Mara Jones said I was about to be on one. Yeah, y'all got the tame side of me on that one. Y'all call it the tame side.
I'm trying to stop using the N word, and that was the last word. That was the last word I said before leaving out. I was like, yeah, I gotta go.
Exactly.
Can't do it.
Sucker. So until next time, people, we ain't here to play. We here to stay. You ain't got to go home.
Got to get the hell up out of here, like I did in that chat yesterday.
Deuces.